Have you ever struggled to make ends meet in the military? Living to paycheck sucks. Hi, I'm David Perret, and I made all of the typical mistakes. Car, tattoos, Harley, alcohol, women, etc. You name it, probably did it. But today I want to talk to you about 5 frugal tips to help you and your family break free of this cycle. Don't forget to subscribe and click that little bell to receive notifications of new content over in the corner. Cue the intro. For many people, serving in the military does not mean living a luxurious lifestyle with lots of money. Even though we like to buy expensive cars on high-interest credit, guns, and other fun toys, the economic reality is that the average Marine typically makes less than $50,000 per year, and recruits start at $20,000 per year. That's W-2. Although there are perks, such as housing, meals, and government health care that make up for this, but we're just going to stick with the W-2 number right now to focus on expense cutting rather than boosting your income. If you have a family to support while you're in the military and you don't want to spend every penny you have, you will probably need to live at least somewhat frugally. There's often a bad connotation to that the word frugal means poor quality of life, and that's just not true at all. Living a frugal lifestyle means that you place more of an emphasis on a future filled with hope rather than a present filled with instant gratification. You can, in fact, live frugally, have fun, and save responsibly. If you want to make a New Year's resolution to live more frugally, here are 5 frugal living ideas for achieving that goal. The key frugal living idea is knowing your finances exceptionally well. The most important aspect of frugal living is that you need to know your finances inside and out. There's a saying that you cannot track what you don't measure. Large companies follow their money meticulously. They have metrics that detect if this product is making money or losing money. They have research panels designed to determine where to invest more money and where to pull money out. Every penny is tracked and accounted for in some extensive software system. You need to think like a company. Think of yourself as a family corporation. What money do you have coming in, your salary at least, and where is that money going? Once you start tracking your pennies, you might find out that your spending habits are different than you thought. Those cheap nights out might be running you $100 per week or more. Or you might find that you're spending a lot more on utilities than you thought you were. Track your expenses and measure them. Only once you measure them will you be able to look for ways to reduce your costs. So look at your little expenses. This is the next frugal step. A lot of people look for ways to be frugal by seeing what significant expenses they can cut. However, unless you're going around regularly buying crazy expensive items, the reality is that most people find frugality by just lowering or cutting out the small expenses. Some frugal living ideas for doing this include cutting down on restaurant meals, cutting down on boutique coffee shops, those $5 lattes do add up faster than you want to admit, and reducing alcohol consumption. I know, we're military, I got it, not easy to say. Or at the very least, not going to expensive bars to drink. You know, if you unnecessarily spend just $30 a day, which is very doable, if you eat out or drink out at a bar a lot, then you're potentially wasting close to $1,000 per month, and even cutting $5 or $10 per day worth of expenses adds up very fast. Consider buying used. Everything new is expensive. Modern cars are pricey, the latest clothes are costly, and new technology is incredibly overpriced. So look at used sections before buying new things. Goodwill and other thrift stores often sell clothing, books, and other items at very steep discount. Buying used does not mean buying something that is terrible quality. Instead, it just means you're not overpaying for it. A used shirt, for example, doesn't magically lose its utility even though it might be $2 at Goodwill instead of $20 at the Gap. Might still be the same shirt, just a year old, or maybe just someone got rid of it. Take the time to investigate stores that sell used items at discounts as opposed to going to all the stores that sell everything new at retail. This could also be done by just surfing Craigslist or Facebook. I want to buy a projector for some meetups, and I'm going to look through Craigslist and Facebook to find it rather than buying a new one. The next frugal tip is spend more nights at home. If you go out of the house a lot, you know that it costs a lot more money. Moreover, if your social circle goes out a lot for drinks, movies, eating, etc., you're almost guaranteed to spend a lot more money that you shouldn't. Peer pressure for spending can be remarkably intense and stealthy. It's easy to think that you should be able to afford something because someone else can, but that doesn't mean you have to buy it. Many assistants to wealthy people talk about how hard it is to spend significant amounts of money for their boss and then shift to a mindset for their personal life that they don't have that kind of cash, which I can totally understand. Levels of spending are very socially driven, so be careful who you hang out with. Spend time with frugal people rather than extravagant people. Consider activities around the house as frugal living ideas. Try board games with friends instead of expensive restaurants. Try, instead of going out to the movies, why not just sit at home and watch via Netflix? Spending more time at home means that you get to spend time with family and you get to keep more money in your bank account. Next frugal tip, use coupons both in-store and online. You've probably heard of the term extreme couponing. People who partake in this activity clip coupons almost as an obsession. Some people claim to be able to save as much as 80 to 90% off the retail price for groceries and other household essentials with these techniques. You don't need to extreme coupon, but you should try and use coupons where you can. There are apps for when you shop online that give you 5% or so cash back just for using the app. Grocery stores often have coupons that save $1 or $2 for some items, and stores also have loyalty clubs that can give you discounts for just being a member. Some of these clubs even provide discounts on gas as a bonus, so that could be nice. Take advantage of these discounts. You don't need to take advantage of every single dollar off, but if you can keep a few coupons in your wallet, why not do it? Even if you just save $10 a week at the grocery store, you'll have an extra $520 per year for minimal effort. And the next frugal step is just remembering that the little things add up. When people look for frugal living tips, they often don't know what to expect. Most people don't feel like they are regularly overspending. They may go grab a cup of coffee from Starbucks, go to work, head out for lunch, have a couple drinks and dinner with friends, and head back home. While it might not seem extravagant doing that every day, it can add up to $1,000 or so of unnecessary expenses every month. So I just wanted to reiterate this because it is so important. Frugal living does not have to mean that you give up fun. Playing a board game and drinking with friends at home can be just as fun, if not more, than going out and watching a movie and drinking a beer for 3, 4, 5 times as much at the local bar or the movie theater or whatever. Watching a movie on Netflix at home in your comfy clothes can be so much more relaxing than going to a movie theater. There's also satisfaction in knowing that you're having fun and saving money at the same time. It's not fun going out with friends, getting a $50 bill and wondering how you're gonna pay for it. It's just not fun adding to a credit card balance that is already costing you a fortune each month. Living as a frugal person feels peaceful and relaxing. You and your family can live on a military salary and grow your wealth if you take to heart these frugal living tips. And then also just keep in mind that it's okay to focus on learning and investing together rather than to spend your money on fancy things. I promise you it's better to be rich than it is to just look rich. So smash that like button if you got something out of this. Have a great day.